Hello all, it's Monday again. You know what that means. Or Digimon. DigiMondays demands it. Today we're trying out Blue Flare. This was a deck that was pretty high in the meta, I think, for the time that it was relevant. It doesn't see a whole lot of play, or at least at the top tables anymore, just because I think it's been just a bit power crept out of the format. Basic idea of it is, it's similar to the Crossheart deck in that we're trying to Digi-Cross for a couple of our Metal Greymons here. This one saves the stuff that's stuck under it, and it gets rushed when it's on play. So ideally, we play this for 3 very early, and we can start chipping away at damage. The Greymon and then Male Bergermon inheritables make it so that if our opponent plays more than 2 Digimon on their turn or whatnot, and we come to our turn, they have 2 or more Digimon in play, makes it so that we can kind of stun them and make some decent security attacks. Usually we can chip in 2 times a turn if our Metal Greymon stay active on the battle area. But you start off early with some Gaussmons, which kind of have some like repetition, so that like when they die, they replace themselves with basically these other level 4s. And then we have a couple Tamers here, kind of similar to the Crossheart deal, where we tuck some of the stuff we save underneath them, and then we are able to use them later. The big draw of this deck, in addition to the Greymons themselves, is the use of Blazing Memory Boost. It's a higher cost memory boost, but it lets us check the top 6, and we're able to play one of our Tamers from those top 6 we find, in addition to taking 2 cards with Blue Flare in them. We're also playing 2 Great Maelstroms, because that's just a good removal. Sorai is another real good one. Trashes the top 4 of the Digivolution sources, so basically, even on a real big one, it takes out a lot of stuff and stuns it. And the cheeky one of Ice Wall here to see if we can't get them in security and whatnot. So this is the deck. We're going to run it through 5 games here. We're going to see how well this does. Stick around with me. Alright, first game, and we are on the play. This one's kind of a tough one, because we lead on a level 5. We don't really have much to do after that, though, because we don't have anything to really cross into. I don't think we keep this. I think we can do better. That's not a whole lot better, but I guess it's something. Alright, so pop up our egg here. Pop a Gaussmon down here and breeding. Do we play the Tamer? I think we can be a little cheeky here. Try to swing in for some damage, maybe. We don't really need the Tamer until a little bit later. I don't recognize that thing. Yellow Digimon. Is this, Oh, is this like, it's either like security control or maybe Mastamon? Something like that. Alright, see, player boy here. So let's swing at this one first, since we got nothing to worry about here as far as like blocking. Maybe able to play this Greymon. See what we can get. Digimon Emperor. And he's kind of weird, so what do we got here? One of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon is deleted. May send this Tamer to draw a card. When one of your opponent's level 3 is moved from their breeding to the battle area, they gain 2 memory. Okay, so this guy's interesting. Yeah, I don't like swinging here, but I think, yeah, figured. We do get a draw, which is good. So they draw a card. I think we just put them back to 3, player Tamer, because we want to start throwing out our boys. Still not 100% sure what they're playing. It's like some kind of DNA digivolving. Yeah, this has to be like Mastamon, I would think. So we get an undeletion with this, which is nice. Yes. Which one do we want? Top 3. We got Kiriha. I think we want this one. So we can check top 3. I mean, none of these are great. I think it's these 2. And then down. Okay. Just deucing out a... Get security check -2. Sure. Well, our hand is packed with Greymons. Not exactly ideal, though. Okay. Security attack -2. Okay. Is this a memory tamer? Yes, it is. Okay. I mean, we could just play this and... Because that's for what? That's going to be for 4? No. It would be for 5. But they're going to 3 anyway. But it's better to play this one or this one. What's this one do? Digi-crossing, trash up to 2 Digi-illusion cards when your opponent's Digimon. I don't think that's too bad. Because this one just, we'll see. Because Mastermon is kind of, like, if they're going to DNA, they're going to probably just... Let's see, can we select Digimon, cards? I don't think we have anything under him, so, no. Field. We want this one. So, I mean, puts them to 4, or 2, but I mean, they're going to go to 3, so that's fine. But I think with Mastamon, we just want to remove as many of their resources as possible. It also unstuns this, I believe, from the security attack. Yeah. So they can go into something pretty big here, which not ideal, but you know, sometimes it's just not. Our hand wasn't fantastic setting up here. Okay. So do they play a Devimon, I think, or the Lady Devimon, I think, is the other one. I mean, they could just like roll this, like just they could just throw this out, I guess. I mean, okay, that's not terrible. What's this do? 2 or more in play. So yeah, we get him. Oh god. They just straight digivolved onto it? Ugh. $13K. Alright, I have... What does this do? Wave a person when Digimon in play. This gains security attack +1. When you play another Digimon using it effectively, one of your opponent's Digimon is level less than or equal to. Interesting. Okay, so that's bad. I don't even know that being aggressive is good for us here. I mean, sure. Okay, well, got that, I guess. It only triggers if they have 2 as well, so that's kind of tough. Okay, so attacking, draw 1. I think we want to digicross this and this. Yeah, I think we want to try this because this is just a 3, but okay, but all our stuff's in hand, so we don't need to actually use any of these effects. I think we want, let's see, 1. Finish 2 more Digimon and play, which they don't. Yeah, this is the same deal. So I think we want this one. And then the male Birdramon. Okay. So that's, I believe that stuns this. And we can Soar to make it so that it can't attack or block in the next turn. So we have stuff we can do here. Okay, it's not bad. That's not bad. And we can, if we draw another Metal Greymon, we can Digi-Cross again. So let's, they're going to 3. Let's Soar there. Yeah, that. So they can't attack with it. So they're kind of stuck unless they can just like drop, I think, a bigger thing on top of it. So if they don't have something bigger, we're doing okay. It's not great, but I mean we're okay. Not having a level 3 there really hurt us, because we could have probably there's a chance we could have taken that game if we did. But our opponent has to they have to work out of this one because they can't do nothing. Another Kari. So when this card is added, we also could just Maelstrom this. So let's see. This is anyone who has blue flare in the trades and your opponent has 2 or more, which they don't. So both of these can only attack once, which is, neither one of them have jamming. But I mean, again, I think we just got to get aggressive. What does she do? You reveal top 3 cards of your deck, add purple, yellow, or trash the rest. Ooh, that's bad. But that's a Digivolving effect, so... Okay. Alright, attack. We're gonna draw, which is good. Okay. So... what's this? By placing one of your blue Digimon as the bottom Digivolution card of one of your other blue Digimon, reduce the cost by 3. Reduce it by 3. So it costs 9. So 9 would take them up to 5, reducing it to 3. I mean, they was go to 3 anyway. So the question is, do we care if they go to 5? Or Digimon, you can lose 2 memory at the end of their turn. I think we can make this play. Because we can't Digi-Cross, and I don't like putting them real high on memory because they can DNA for basically nothing. So I think this is worth the gamble. Select one Digimon. So we're gonna place this one underneath this one to reduce the cost by 5. It'll put them to 2, but they only have the memory that they have. So now that's gone, and they only have 3 memory to try to pull back, and I have a decent attacker, so they have to remove this. Weirdly, us also not having that is stopping the Emperor from going nuts. So, I mean, they have to kill this thing this turn. If they can't, they... Of course, Mastodon also can just play big stuff, like, just for giggles. Okay, so that's another thing they can do there is... We really, 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 really needed... We really needed a Metal Greymon that turn. So we can still swing an attack and get the draw effect. Let's just straight up that. I think we still try to go for the draw effect. Not really what I needed there. Fair enough. I don't know. I don't know why they surrendered there. I think that's. If I can't find a Metal Greymon, then I guess what we do is we just throw out a couple more of those and just hope we can land them the next turn. So, I mean, I think the game was still kind of in their favor. I mean, well, maybe not in their favor, but I think they still had game there. All right, game 2. And I'm first. I mean, this is kind of rough because we don't really have a whole lot we're going into, but I do like the boost. Usually I will keep a hand just by having a memory boost. But do I like that on the play, though? I think it's worth trying. Like, it puts them to a lot of memory on turn 1, but if we can set up our board decently well, then it's not bad. Like, if we can hit a Tamer and then one of our other Digicross targets, I think we're fine. So, let's do the thing. So what did we get? We did not hit a Tamer, which is actively terrible. I think we take these two, much as I don't like it. Because, I mean, we already kind of have a repetitive hand. Like, we got a lot of stuff in that one that was basically already stuff we had, which is not great. But we'll see what we're doing. Oh, we're playing against the same. Oh, man. Hope, lobby must be real low tonight. Okay, cool. Also, giving Mastamon a lot of memory is not great. Because they can just, like, go real wide. Get another Gatomon. Okay. Sure. Little late to the party there, buddy, but okay. We're at 2. I almost think it's worth it to play one of these again. Yeah, sure, let's do it. We're already in this deep, may as well. Okay, this one we got a Tamer. So it's like 2 cards with blue flare. We want... I think we want... Do we want these 2 Gaussmons? Pretty sure we want that one. Still missing a Bergermon. Do we just want another Metal Greymon? No, we've got 2 in our hand. I think we just maybe want these 2. And then we'll just play our Tamer out. And then just dump these. Okay. Yep. I don't mind that. Sets us up for a pretty big turn if we can get to that point. And we've got the Great Maelstrom for the Mastamon if they try to go that route, which is fine. We could be real cheeky, play these guys out, and then just tuck one under the other if we really need to for memory purposes. Oh, we'll see what they do first. Does this one have the DNA? So they just straight up, well, they didn't. Okay. If they just straight up play a Lady Devamon, okay, they chose not to. That's probably fair. Because if they just straight up play one, they could have just masked them on that turn, but it's probably not beneficial for them to do that. Alright, so let's get started down here. Jeez Louise. Alright, so again, I think we're just going to let them have a lot of memory here. So, card blue players played. Draw one. The card of Twilight gets played. Okay, so do we just straight up play another? Or do we just do this? I think we want Tamer set up more than anything. So they're getting a lot of memory, but I mean, at the same time, we're sitting on a memory Tamer, one that gets us memory, and then 2 boosts. So I mean, we can go for a pretty big turn if we want to. If we had male Bergermons, I would like that better, but I mean, it is what it is. I just straight up Digivolved onto it. So, what does that do? Sure. And then recovery. Okay. Oh, Sorai. That's funny. So, I believe that stuns it, right? Till the end of your opponent's turn, your opponent's Digimon with no Digivolution cards can't attack. Okay, so yeah, that stuns it unless they can put something bigger on top of it. Okay. So. We can move this up. Go to 4. So let me see here. When you play a Digimon card with Blue Fair, Digimon Tamer, 1 card for Digital cards from your trash, and then 1 from hand. Okay. The question here is, can we... Because I think what we want here... Which is the one that unsuspends? Is that this one? Yeah, this one unsuspends, but... So what does this do? So it can't attack. So it would have to have a level 6 jumped onto it in order to be able to attack. God damn, man, they took me down 3 security. Oof. Okay, so... I think... we want to try this first. So, yes. Yes. We want the... that one we don't. Greymon we get from hand. I think we want this one. Because we only have 1 Digimon, so I think we want that one. And we want the male Bergermon from trash, because that gives it jamming. So yeah, we want this. So we will draw. Get another Kiriha. And then that thing can't attack. So let's go ahead and attack. Get 2 checks. Nice. Then we check, I think, with this one. That's fine. We get a thing off that too. Can we do... It does have rush. I don't think this one hits as hard though. Or do we just digivolve? We could just digivolve. What does this do? Then if it does it in this traits, and your opponent has 2 or more Digimon, gain 2 memory, which they do not, so that doesn't completely help. The unsuspending is nice though. So we can hit for 3. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. What does this one do? Trash up to 2 Digivolution cards when you're Digimon, which this one does not have anything. Do we just go for another one of these? I think we do. I think it's worth it to try it. So I think we're just trying to be as aggressive as possible at this point. No. We'll take this Greymon and this Bergermon. We'll attack. Oh, no, fuck. That was a misclick on my part. Oops. Click too fast. Fuck. That was awful. Yeah, fuck. If that's the case, I think we actually do Digivolve here. Oops. Alright, well, that'll unsuspend it, so at the very least, if they find a way to make this thing be able to swing, they can't do anything with it. It's got security attack +1, so that's not bad. Misclicking. So bad. Alright, what are you gonna do, buddy? I'm wondering if they have like a level 7 to pop into. Does this thing have material save? It doesn't. That's actually kind of a big deal. But if they can't attack, we'll see. Because I think it just can't attack right now. Yeah. And our hand is not empty, so that's also pretty good. Yeah, hello. Oh, it's just trashes? That's wild. Okay, well that's not super ideal. Okay. So does this change anything? This one has... I mean, we can make an attack. What does this do? Armor Purge. What the... Now, what does that thing exactly say? Face down at the top or bottom of your opponent's security stack. If you do, trash top card of your opponent's security stack. Huh. Okay. Unplay. You may place one Digimon blue player and Tamers then return one of your so it doesn't really do a whole lot other than give it Armor Purge, which is fine, I guess. Tricky. So this would be for 5. I mean, this is a real hard way to do it. I mean, again, I still feel like we kind of got to be aggressive. Let's check the play. Let's see. What do we got? So this is my trash. I think we still want... We definitely want that Bergermon. Yes, we still want that Bergermon. Yes. And then, is it this tamer? From under your tamers. And I think this one we don't want to use. A blue Greymon. So blue Greymon is going to have to be blue Greymon. Do I have one in trash? I do. But I need the male Bergermon on that one, so hand. Blue. Trash. That one. Iggy doogie. So again, this is not horrendously great. So we'll go jamming, swing in. And then I think, much as I don't like it, I think we just do this. I mean, again, it gives them a lot of memory, but I mean, they still have to rebuild, and I mean, they can Mastamon here, which is bad, but I mean, I don't think we really have a lot of other plays. And we can Sorai them next turn and stun the Mastamon if they go that route. I'm guessing Anjouamon possibly on top of that to give it security, whatever, neg something. So that was kind of what I was thinking that they probably had for a level 7. So that's so they can just go into Anjouamon here and then go back into Orphenomon or Del. Well, hello, what is that? Then you may play one purple from your trash. Okay. Sure. And then this finishes it off, right? That's what I'm understanding. Oh no, that one doesn't. Yeah, that just does the security neg attack. Okay. I mean, not great here. Not great. Right? Yeah, security attack -2. Okay. So again, not great. Nothing under that. Nothing under that. Yeah, so Sorai's kind of dead here. Armor Purge. I mean, does this do anything? Clearance traits from your hand or from under one of your tamers. Swap a Digivolution card, then return one level 3 if Cyberdermon is in the Digimon's Digivolution cards, which it is not. That's tough because I don't. I don't know. I just don't think this does anything, but. See, from your hand or the bottom. 7 material save. So this doesn't have material save either, which is also might be a fuck up on my part. What's under the tamer? Bergermon. guess we'll do it from hand. We'll do this one. So, see, when attacking. I mean, if I can still attack here and get some stuff going, which is not the best, but I mean, it's certainly not the worst either. Spend this Digimon. That just feels so bad. Now let's get some attack triggers, because it should unsuspend itself, which is good. Like, it doesn't do anything security-wise, but opponent's one Digimon can't attack or block. We'll choose this one, I guess, and then we'll just unsuspend it. So it makes it so that they have to DNA in order to do anything. And then I think we just kind of let them go back to 4, right? Because I mean, there's not really... The problem we're having here is that realistically, like, their board has just kind of set itself up to a point where, like, we can stun stuff, but it just doesn't really... Like, the DNA digivolving just changes this math completely. But it's just really tough to come back from that level of... Like, from that angle of play. Because I can assume here all they have to do is just digivolve onto one of these and they can just start going to town. And then even that's only... Oh shit, I can't block it or anything either. So they literally just have to swing for game. Damn. Right? Yeah. Yeah, so they just get it on the attack. I can't do anything else. I just didn't think about that. Does that change the play? I think it does. It makes it so that we play the Great Maelstrom. So that was just me not paying attention. Not 100% sure what that was for. Jamming also treated, so... I mean, does this thing have blocker? This Digimon is purple. Just add delete when it runs level 4. It has a yellow card recovery. So I need to make 4 attacks. I think the most I can do is 3. So I guess we try. Okay. And then Digivolve here for 2, which unsuspends. Which again they do not. We can attack again. Digivolve in the back. Another Sorai. Do we just... What is this? When you play one, you gain 1 memory. So gain 5, and it's for 9. It puts them back to 3. I mean, when you play one. So the problem is that we can't let them attack with that. But the Sorai do that. Turn your opponent's Digivolution cards can't attack. So yeah, I think we have to bottom deck it. If we were at 1 more security, then maybe, but I think this is the move. So we just have to like yeah, toss that, basically. I mean, we're still not even completely out of the woods here. Like, this has to survive for us to be able to get the win off that. So what, they can play Agatomon, I guess. Gain 2 of it back, so... I don't 100% understand their last turn on that, the fall down mode play. I wonder if they're just maybe just trying to figure their deck out a bit, because like I think they, if they just attack with the Anjouamon, then, because I think that was on the board already, so like they don't, I mean, they win the game if they swing. I don't completely understand why they chose to Digivolve last turn. And they've got so many cards in hand. Like, I can't believe they have nothing. It just seems absurd to me that they have nothing. Okay, so this does its thing, sure. Security -2, which is that. So I can then suspend, but I can't attack, I guess. If we could Digicross, maybe, but... So... Alright. Okay, so let's start here. Sure. This lets us play out our Greymon. Let's draw one first. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. Play this. So if we can find... 4 cards in your deck, add 2 cards with blue player. From which area do you get cards? What? Oh, I see what you're saying. Reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, add 2 cards with blue player trace one from the hand, place the rest of your bottom. If you have a oh. That's okay, yeah, because we can just go get a Metal Greymon. And then they can't. Yeah, because we can play it for, even if we don't have a male Birdramon, we can, or wait, we do, don't we? Yeah, it's under there. So yeah, we win on that one. Okay, that's fair. Ugh, I'm sweating. Turned off the air conditioner so like the noise wouldn't be too obnoxious over there. But it's been almost 100 degrees this week, and ugh, it's killing us. It's killing me in here specifically because like, ugh. All right. So this hand, so like I said earlier, like typically I would keep hands with boosts and a tamer, like that's pretty good, but we'd also just have nothing else. So we have like no early play, and if this misses, I don't like the idea that this misses. That's, well, okay. Don't really know what that was about, but sure. Obviously, we don't count that as a win, because what would be the fun in that? Alright, let's try again. I'm wondering if we keep getting like paired up against the same person, and then we're just not paying attention. I know sometimes that happens on this game. Like, I don't know how they match you, but I imagine it's... I don't know how local, like, the connection for this game is, because I do know that in the very little time that I've played this game, I do see names I've seen before fairly frequently, so I don't know if it's just we're all playing on the same server, or if there's like a matchmaking thing that's like regional, or or if maybe there's just only a few people that actually go into the client and actually do what we're doing, which is, you know, looking for games online. All right, match number 3. Okay. This hand is not bad. I don't mind this. So we got a decent. Yeah, I don't mind this. This is actually, I think this is a really good hand. It's set up pretty ideally. We just have to use the blue boost to find a tamer. Ooh. I believe this is Hunters. This is actually going to be interesting. I've never actually played against Hunters on this client, so... This feels like a tough matchup. Because they're kind of doing the same thing we are, just on steroids. It'll also be good for me. See, I don't see this deck actually play a whole lot, so... The good news is I think this is going to be pretty good. I think our Sore Eyes are going to be excellent in the presence of an Arrestor Gourmand. The big thing we got to worry about is Quartzmon, though, because I don't think... We do have Great Maelstrom, though, so, I mean, we're not... We are not SOL or anything like that, but it's pretty tough. So, start with a boost. We got a tamer. Not bad, not bad. So let's take us... a lot of Gaios Mons. So let's take... I think another Metal Gray, and then... I think it's this one. Because this I don't feel like does a whole lot, right? I mean, it's fine, but I don't think it's exactly what we're looking for here. What was the other one? Oh, okay, that was it. Yeah, I like these two. It gives us something to digicross into later, and then throwing out a tamer here definitely doesn't hurt. So not too bad, not too bad. Decent start. So we have digicross material, so not a bad start. So we'll see what they do. I don't know how aggressive the Hunter's deck is, like right off. I imagine they kind of do what Crossheart does, and then they just like try to like swing in, and so they can just digicross shit later. So yeah, sure. He has save, so he goes under his tamer. Now this, however, one of your Digimon will digivolve into a card with save in its text by spending this tamer and placing one card from under your reduce it by 1. Okay, so this one is it just uses the sources underneath the tamers to like reduce the digivolution costs, which is interesting. Ooh, that's a good one. Because that puts them in the trash rather than under the tamer, so that's actively... Like, this card feels real good. Okay, and then we will push up here because we want our Kiriha Nene to get us some memory, so... That's not a bad hit at all. So let's pop here. Okay, so for 2. So the question in here is, do we pop the boost? Do we pop the boost to Digivolve? Do we also care about this being on the field? We have one tucked under. We might care about that, I think. So So what's our next play, though? I think we're going to do it, and I think we're just going to kill this thing. Because I just don't think we want them with anything on the field. I could be wrong, but I think we want to try to keep this board clear as much as possible. So we're going to do hand. We're going to grab that Greymon. And then I think we want this male Bergermon. So this will be for 3. So I think this puts them on the back foot. Okay, so we'll either draw a card, we draw a card, and then that Digimon can't attack. I think we just want to attack this thing. Because again, I think this puts them on the back foot. Like, regardless of whether they save or not, they still have to have something on the field to Digivolve into. So that does kind of put them on the back foot and makes it real awkward for them to do what they're needing to do. Because I think that just gives this, this, and then this. Okay. So, and then we'll play this, put them to 2, and then we've got a pretty aggressive board. So I like this. And then we could potentially attack for... We could have potentially, like, killed them next turn. Because we can... 1, 2, 3, 4... Potentially. So I think we can get them down to 0. Which is not bad. Okay, so yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like, all their stuff goes under their tamer, but they still have to have something to Digivolve into. And that's real hard for them if they don't have anything on the board. So I think I don't think we're too badly set up here. So hatch. We'll gain 1. Disconnected. See, I never know if that means that, like... It generally says your opponent has surrendered, but, like... Alright, well, let's take a look here. So, this thing... It's hard to see. So this thing... On deletion saves, and place one of your Digimon with save in its text from your trash under one of your tamers. So at the moment that doesn't do anything. So this can attack for 2 checks. This checks for 1. This checks for 1. And then we're at 3, so we can Digivolve into the Z Gray. We don't get the memory buff, but we're swinging for 5 that turn. Like, optimally. So unless they actually just... And then we have... let's see, we have Sorai. We have Sorai. This is on nothing under it. So the Sorai doesn't do a whole lot, but... I mean, putting them to 0 is not nothing. Like, that's actively something that could win us the game if that's the case. Like, they're just so far behind in that instance that I feel like we win that game, in all honesty. Even if we disconnected, like, just... Again, I'm not making excuses. I mean, if they surrendered, cool. Or if maybe my internet crapped out, fine. I still think we're favored that game. I'd like to say this has been kind of a decent sweep so far, but I feel like the Hunters matchup felt like something we were just genuinely ahead on that one. And then our first game felt like we were genuinely ahead. That second game, I feel like we got kind of tossed, though, because... Again, I don't want to assume what my opponent was doing, but like the Orfini or whatever it is, the fall down mode play of just Digivolving on top, I don't understand that play. Like, I assume they were just probably... My logic in my head says they were trying to set up like a longer game kind of deal where they could kill me next turn, or is like maybe they were afraid of something in my hand. Maybe they're afraid of like a blast or something. But I don't really know. That just seemed like a strange play at the time whenever they basically had me dead on board. I think you just go for it there. Alright, I'm playing second. So, again, same kind of deal. Like, Gaussmon into Blazing Boost is definitely not a bad place to be. So, worst case is we don't hit a tamer, and then we have to just play hard mode. Which is possible. I mean, that does happen. The security control? Usually this thing's like some kind of security deck. They just passed the 3. That's interesting. I think in this situation, this one might be better. Like if we're just like straight going out. Okay, so good. We have DigiCross materials, and actually we could just go into it now, but I like putting them to 2. Let's set it up. All right, we got 2. Let's see. Okay, so the only things we can take are... Actually, we can take just about everything. But the question is, do we want to? Okay, so we could... I don't think we're at Carry Hanene yet. So I think we want to put... Do we want this in hand, is my question, I guess. I think we want the Metal Gray. And the Carry Hanene, I think is what we want in hand. And then we want to play Carry Ha straight out. I'm gonna bottom deck the rest of these. I could see an argument for taking this one, just because like maybe we want to be more aggressive. But I'm also not 100% sure what my opponent is doing. Passing the 3 at the start of the game is very unusual. So unless they must just have like a lot of big stuff in their hand that they just didn't want to set me that high in memory for. So in that case, like they're on the play and they really just didn't, like their hand just made it so that they were really awkward to be on the play, is what my guess is. I'm not real sure what's happening here. Sure. What the hell is that? Kazuchimon. If you have 3 or more security cards, gain 2 memory. If you have 2 fewer security cards. Sure. Let's play this. And we get... Okay, so what do we want? Just a handful of Greymons. We have a Carry Hanene. I don't think we need another one. So maybe these 2? Perhaps? Okay. Do we just boost again? Because, I mean, we're not really doing anything super fast. A card with blue flares played, draw a card. We could just set them to 5 and then just be like, you know, show me what you got. Because whether we got like a... I mean, that's real aggressive. That's a really aggressive play, if that's what we end up doing. So, the other play we can make is we can just Digicross into this thing. But our opponent has nothing, so we only get 1 attack out of it. So I don't really like just throwing that out there waiting for it to be hit. I think yeah, let's bait them. Let's see what they can do here. do we just do another boost, or... You know, I kind of like... I kind of like just seeing if we can just, like, rookie rush him. I feel like this has the most low cost play, simply because they haven't done anything. I mean, even if they like have some kind of weird like Crimson Blaze or some kind of play like that, I mean, the worst that happens is like this guy dies and I can throw out another Greymon, and then this one already has save anyway. So I mean, again, worst case scenario. Passing in the first 2 turns, I don't follow. This has been kind of a strange run. Like, I feel like our... Okay. So that is a play. Okay, so this, I think, changes... I think this changes the flow of what we want to do. I mean... I feel like... I have no words. I don't know what that was. Like, I genuinely have no clue what that was. And I even said like five games is what I'm gonna do, but I feel like that last one just was not really anything. At least the first game when it disconnected, like I'm sitting there being like, at least I'm like, okay, I know I win that game, but like that one is just, I didn't feel like they were doing anything. Depending on how this one goes, this may or may not be the last match of the night. Not a stellar video, I know, but like, it's late, and I mean, sometimes you just have off nights. I mean, it just is what it is, I guess. I don't think I mind this. It's slow. It's very slow. But on the draw, it might not be too bad. Gives me an extra draw, and I get two draws off this. One here, and then my actual draw step. And then putting like Tamer, you know, Gaussmon into Tamer is definitely not a bad place to be at the start. Oh, we're trying again. Okay. Again, I physically don't know what. Maybe I need to stop playing, like, so late. Maybe that's half the problem. We're all tired, and we're just like, come on, just let me do my thing. I mean, fuck it, let's make them have it. Whatever it is. We'll just put them to 4. Like I said, we have stuff happening. So if they're gonna just make big play, this has to be security control, is what I'm guessing. Like they just have to be making big plays. And I don't know if they're just not comfortable with being on the play and just having big stuff in their hand. Like I don't understand the rationale for passing the 3. Alright. Turn more security cards, gains blocker. What the hell is that? Okay, I mean, what was that? Like, just -2. And all of your opponent's security Digimon for the turn. It's a neat card. I think I've ever seen that. Okay, so... Sure. Play this, draw a card. Now do we attack? Does this thing have blocker? No, right now it doesn't. Is it better to swing now? It might be, just because I don't know that this lives next turn. Sure. We'll go ahead and attack. That's kind of unfortunate, but I guess, yeah, maybe it isn't. Okay, so what do we do here? What does this one do? If you have a Kirihon in play, return metal Greymon from your trash. I don't have a trash, so that's not an ideal setup for me. I think we just play the other Tamer and tell them to go. This gets us 4 memory each turn, which is decent. We do not have a cross target, unfortunately. Like, we don't have a metal gray to go into. So this is kind of what I meant when I said this is a slower hand. But, I mean, I've also had ones that don't. That was not bad. We could just make it so that whatever they are attacking with is a lot more difficult attacking later. It makes it so, and this isn't a once per turn effect, is it? No, it's just a general thing. So they can't do like anything crazy like suspend, unsuspend, or they just lose their memory on it. So that's not too bad. Something. What's this? If you don't have a Kirihon play, you may play one without paying the cost. That's cool. Cards like this I like. Like, it's just like, here's your thing you can do if you do have it. If not, go ahead and play one. I think that's really cool. Digivolve is onto one of your little tamers. What is this vaccine or hybrid? What is this? I don't think it's security control anymore. It's like a hybrid deck, maybe? I don't know. Okay, now I think we have motivation to try to be a little bit more aggressive. So let's attack with this first, I think. Yes. What the hell did that do? I wish I could have read what the card does, but okay, fine. Okay, so I think it's this. Oh wait, no, bad. I don't have a blue Greymon, do I? Fuck. Well, that was a misplay. Yeah, because this one requires the blue one. That's actually hugely unfortunate. Damn. Alright, fine. No. We only have that in the trash. Yeah, no. Yeah, that was such a bad fuck up on my part. Okay, so that's a lot worse. So now I feel like I kind of want it to be this one. So this, it would strip a source, but so we'll draw one, which is good. And then, I mean, the worst is it trashes, but I mean, the inheritable on this one isn't bad either, because now my opponent has 2 or more Digimon, so I can stop one of them from attacking if it's getting too silly. So it's not... I think I still make the same play, but it would have been nice to make that play with the knowledge that, you know, I was doing it suboptimally. But I do think it's correct to not play this one over that one, though, because this one's the more important one. I want to keep this one. And if they have some sort of funky effect that I'm just not aware of, then I think throwing this out as bait is a lot better. What do you do? Well, this Digimon is 3 or more security. It gains blocker. Well, you have 3 or more security cards. So they do have 3. But they won't next turn. Sure, I'll take care of y'all. Thank you. Blocker. Unless they have a way to unsuspend this, Oh, okay. That's not bad. Push 2, and then like it gets blocker anyway. Does it do that to the end of the turn? For the turn, so it'll go back to down to 7 after mine. That's fine. I mean, 7k blocker is certainly not bad. Okay. So, still kind of the same issue though, where I don't have a Metal Greymon, so I guess we're just gonna Digivolve back here. What do you do again? Place 1 Digimon, blue flare, then return one of your level 3 to the bottom of the deck. None of those are levels 3, so aside from Armor Purge, this feels like a weird inclusion to me. I could just be playing it wrong, but like I just don't feel like this does much most of the time. Alright, swinging. Sure. I don't have a Greymon in there. I think now it's acceptable to play this. And then, so we'll draw 1. And then, yeah, make it so that thing can't do anything. Okay. What are you doing here? So this one loses memory if it attacks. You can swing in with this one, and we can make it so this one can't attack or block. Don't know what that does. What does she do? Play. You may search your security stack for 1 card with hybrid or 10 warriors. Added. Okay, that's good. Interesting. So it is a hybrid deck. It just doesn't. Curious. Okay, so this loses 2 memory if it attacks. This thing is stunned. I think we can attack with this too. Dies, that's fine. We get a deletion trigger. So the question now is, do we... I mean, we have lethal next turn. Can't attack, can't block. And then this thing has when it attacks, lose it. Right? At the lowest level, yeah. I think we just jump onto this, right? Because we'll gain 2 memory back for doing it. And we'll also unsuspend so we can attack again. Yes. And then we attack. They get another thing. I don't think we can hit them again. I don't think we have any other way to. I don't think we have a way to gain memory either, so that's not. Okay. And then I think we just boost. In all honesty. And we try to get another, yeah. So no tamers, but I think we grab both metal Greymons. Because that way we can just like fire them off one after the other. Because I think we have enough materials that we can do it a couple times. And this one doesn't require the blue metal Greymon either, so we can do this one pretty decently. Now we see what they can do, if they can do. My Digimon in raising, I think, unless they get a blocker of some sort, I think he does it. But again, I mean, we are at 4, and I mean, maybe they don't need that much to kill us. Recover 1. Okay, so that is the thing. I mean, they're doing stuff. Like, if they can find a way to, let's see, 2, 1, 0. Well, these two can't attack. So, well, this one can, but it loses memory. So they would have to have a way to be able to unsuspend this twice. No, 3 times to be able to get me on that. Sure. We will 100% save under Kiriha, I think. The Kiriha setting us to 3 and then playing this Metal Greymon, though, I think gets it. Okay, so what's this do? 3 more security cards, gain 2 memory. Then if you have 2 or fewer security cards, you may recover 1. That is quite the move. Okay, so trash top 4 digital furnace can't attack. So I think we bring this out. We will gain 1, go to 4. So we can have 6, I believe. So the question here is, can we... Because what do we have? We have that one and we have that one. So if I can do 2 checks... But they have to block with this for us to make that play. But I think we can Digicross 1, 2. Card is also treated as Metal Greymon. We can Digicross twice, I think. I think we have this, but we're... Okay, so let's see if we can bait first. Because we can save that. I guess we'll put it under here. And we can also Digicross, select one from trash. There is only one from trash. Okay. Select one tamer, general. That will get Digimon cards from trash. What? This, I guess? I don't know what's happening. What did that? I don't know what did that. Ugh! I hate when I don't know what my cards do. Okay, so I think I've sequenced this right, because otherwise I think gain 2 memory. What's in the bin? There is no Greymon in the bin, so that's kind of the awkward part. Alright, so we'll play this. We'll do it from under. We will use one of them. We will elect not to use this one. We will elect not to use this one at the moment. Because both of our stuff we want, I think, is in hand. So we want this Greymon. And then I think we want... Where's the other one? That male Bergermon, I'm pretty sure. This one. That. Okay, so that should be for 3. So this has security +1 and jamming. So unless they have a security bomb, I think we're in good shape. So we'll draw one. And we'll do the... And that one says it can't attack or block right now. And then we're going to shoot a security attack. Ooh. Oh, but it can't attack or block because of the attack trigger here. Okay, well that's actually pretty good. And then I think we... What's under here? Z Gray, male Bergermon. I do not have a regular Greymon, but I think this counts as Metal Greymon. Or no, it doesn't. Fuck. It counts as Metal Greymon, not Greymon. You're an idiot. Damn it. Use. Don't use. Yet again, I can't read what my damn cards do. Guess we'll just do this. That sucks. But we do get to draw a card, I think? No, we don't. We did that already. So it's entirely possible we just fucked up this game because of that particular move. Because all they have to do is just figure out a way to keep that guy unsuspending, and I think they win. Which actually really sucks. So unless they hit like a Sorai or something in security, which isn't... I mean, it's 3 cards. It's not horrendously likely. What we really needed to do was do that for 3 and then Sorai that so that it couldn't attack. So that's actually... That's really punishing. So I made that mistake. But they technically have to swing 4 times, so I mean... Oh. I'm also an idiot and forgot my Greymons have the same... So that is awkward for them, because this Greymon has 2 Digivolution cards, and this one says... This one's also only got 2. So they specifically have to go into a level 7 for that to work. So it's actually purely coincidence that this is currently saving me the game right now. I mean, that's how games are, though, sometimes. I mean, sometimes you do just fall into the right play and then simultaneously in that same turn making the dumbest play that you could possibly make. And that's just how it is sometimes. Not a problem. Yeah, they're trying real hard to figure this one out, which they are on the back foot, to be fair. This is kind of a tougher position for them to be in. Recover. Okay. So now this thing can block. They recover soon. Okay. So now we have a couple things we got to do here. So the first thing we do, I think, is start here by drawing a card. Okay. So does this thing have blocker anymore? Well, you have 3 more security cards. This Pokemon. Oh, they don't. Because they have less than 3. Well, I guess we just try this then. Yep. And do we just win here? Like they blast or anything? Nope, they don't. Okay, well, that was a game that time. Okay, so strange set of games for this one. So we played, our first 2 games were against the same person on Mastamon, and then our last 2 games were, I think, against the hybrid deck, and or yellow hybrid. I definitely wouldn't say that this is a good standard to measure what this deck does on, because I feel like all of our matches were just a little bit strange. I mean, to put it in a PC way, I guess. Like, I don't understand how a lot of those games went the direction they did. But that being said, I think the deck still has, you know, it's still really good. Like, being able to pump out a Greymon on turn 2 and just basically swing for 2 checks is, like, really good. And if you're playing against decks that have a lot of Digimon, like if you're in a meta that's very, like, Commandramon or Numemon dependent, I mean, I feel like this deck can steal some games. Like, it really, because it can come out pretty quick, but it also does utilize a lot of memory. So, I mean, I could kind of see that being a thing too. But I do think we exist in a metagame where Sorai is really good, and this thing is not as good, I think, as it used to be. But, like, I still think it's worth it. Like, 5 memory to get basically 3 cards most of the time is still really good. But that was the games today. I really enjoyed messing around with this deck again. I'm sure we'll get to do it again at some point real soon. In the meantime, thank you for watching. Again, thanks for joining me on the Mondays here. I really appreciate it. So make sure to stay safe. And as always, stay scary.